Hello, Mir here with the next ELEX video. We are continuing where we left off, so we did some fighting, but I wanna do a few more quests where we only talk to NPCs, so we can get some levels and some attributes points so we can equip the sword, and then we will do the arena. So we already have a quest in court to do some investigation. So that is the only quest that we have for now in Ignodan. Basically, it's the same quest, but this is the quest that I'm talking about. It's Reinhold told us to discover who is trading ELEX. And guard Zender told us to accuse Siegfried of trading ELEX, and we have to find out who is actually trading ELEX in Hort. So first things first, we need to collect the surveillance reports. We already have one from Zender. That is surveillance report 3. So let's check it out. So Zender is telling that Siegfried, he watched him, and he wasn't able to discover anything unusual. He also watched Hagen and Oswald, but the idea is to collect first all the letters, then we will check out the storyline. So we have one. The next letter that we need is from the pit guard. He's here.
Stop! Where do you think you're going?
What is this area?
You are here at the Chamber, the Palace of Sinners. Break the commandments of Kalan and Ignodon, and the Chamber will welcome you. Can you walk in and look around? Well, as it happens, you can. Reinhold recently ordered that everyone can enter to see with their own eyes what we do with heretics. So go in and look around. If anything will push back the power of temptation, it's what you'll see in there.
Okay, so let's
What is it you want?
talk to him again.
I need to ask you some questions about the chem dealing.
So, Reinhold's brought in some more help. I've already written the report as ordered, but remind me, who are the chief suspects?
Siegfried, Hagen, and Oswald.
That's exactly who I wrote up in my report. All that I know is there. Maybe it will help.
Thanks.
Okay, so we have the second report. Now let's go to the next guard. Then we will speak to the man who is in charge of his investigation. Then to all the suspects, and then we will see those letters again. Well, we only saw one, but I want to collect them all, then at the end we're going to look at letters. And then we will accuse the guy who is trading ELEX.
What can I help you with?
I want to ask you some questions about the chem trade here.
How do you know about that?
Judicator Reinhold sent me. I'm supposed to have a look at your reports from the time of the crime.
Judicator Reinhold sent you to look into this? Oh well, I suppose he knows what he's doing. Here is my report on the suspects. That's all I know.
Okay, now let's go to Didrik, if I remember. He's in charge of the investigation. And he's actually... it's going to be faster this way. Let's teleport to the Hort, the front entrance of the Hort, and Didrik is right at the entrance, on the right, I think. But the Hort, every building looks the same, so it's kind of disorienting a bit. But we will see. Here's the canteen, so not that building. Maybe on the right.
Something wrong?
Nope. Like I said, this city is really disorienting because everything looks the same. Let me see. I do not want to run around like crazy trying to find that guy. So let's mark that quest and see. Here's Didrik. So let me see. We went from here, and Didrik is actually this way. I thought he was on the right. The entrance is probably the other way around. Of all the cities, I think the court is kinda the most... I mean, everything looks the same. The easiest city to get around is probably the Berserker city. And also Tavar is pretty distinguished. You can easily get around, but this city, everything looks the same.
So, you're here to report for initiation.
Initiation?
Instruction. Education. A preparation for readiness. My name is Dietrich, and it is my job to ready all new initiates for the trials that will face them. But before you ask any more questions, let's get one thing clear. All the free people need to be properly trained if we want to survive what's coming. Those Albs want to destroy us all. I won't accept a lack of discipline. I expect loyalty, hard work, application, and results.
What, do you think I'd still be alive if I didn't know that already?
A lot of people say that. And yet, here are the factions, at war with each other, instead of clearing the wreckage of the old world to build the new.
So you don't want the war?
What sane person wants a war? But, as we've got one, so it's come down to who wins it. And I want our leaders to be the ones who rebuild this world. If you want to progress, then that's what I need to see. That's what Kalan expects. It is what you should demand of yourself.
If the training's so strict, how come you're just sitting around?
I do so every day, and my tasks aren't easy. I take care of internal matters and coordinate training. And I get into the field when I can. You have to stay sharp to provide the best training, and to understand our enemy. If we are to work with the free people, if the clerics are to save the free people from the Alps, this is what we must do.
What do you want me to do?
Someone has been undermining the training program we have here. Some of the initiates have been caught taking chems. I mean, it's a crazy thing to do, but some people do it to gain an edge, but end up becoming addicts. Look at the Alps. I need to find who is bringing this poison in and selling it to our initiates. You don't have something to do with it, do you?
You suspect me because I'm new here.
I wanted to test your reaction. You'd be tied up and neck-deep in jackal shit by now if I really thought you were behind it. Remember that, if you get tempted in the future. But whoever it is, I want these bastards dealt with. And if you found one set, can you find these assholes too? I want you to track them down wherever they are, in the Hort or beyond. Are you with me?
About the ELEX smuggling. I will find the criminals behind this.
Good. My information says that the ELEX is coming from somewhere to the south. There's a recon post there in the ruins of an old fort. Start there, and turn everything upside down if you have to. If our people don't cooperate, show them this warrant. And tell them I want answers.
Why do you trust me with this?
You weren't here when all this started, so you can't be part of it. But this isn't just blind trust and hope. I'll be watching you and making sure you stick to the task. That will be all. Dismissed.
You
Find peace.
you really messed up there.
I don't know what Duras wants from me. He's not pleased with something. Oh man, all the hallways here look the same. Where is the exit? Okay, so we have all of the surveillance reports. We spoken to Diedrich. Now we will speak to suspects. I know where one is, and we will find the rest. They're somewhere around. There's one. He's preaching there.
And so, another stray comes to seek safety in the arms of Kalan. Welcome to the Horde, the stronghold of the clerics. Your presence here can only mean that Kalan's light shines upon you. Open yourself to this opportunity. Give yourself over to the teachings of Kalan.
Not interested.
Then you turn your back not only on Kalan, but on your own future. You should learn what Kalan offers all of us. Then I'm sure you will make the correct decision.
Tell me more about Kalan.
Before the comet burned the face of Magalan, the prophet Arvid foresaw the danger. He received the teachings of Kalan in whispers, and tried to warn the people of Magalan of the horror that was to come. They must reject the distractions of the world and give themselves over to the pursuit of knowledge. Each must seek the purity of knowledge. Each must seek out the strongest, the fittest, the brightest. And so, Kalan came to the people and promised, if they did this, if they worked together to follow the path to the infinite skies, then he would save them from the horror that was to come. But they would not listen. And so, the comet destroyed the civilization that was here on Magalan. Now, if we are to survive the dangers that are yet to come, we must listen to the words of Kalan and hear his wisdom. Only the pure will be taken up into the infinite skies. Only under the infinite skies will we truly see all. We must trust in Kalan.
Where is Kalan supposed to take you?
Up to the infinite skies, to where knowledge counts above all. There, we will truly see the universe as it is. The path to enlightenment is difficult, and only those who are worthy will receive Kalan's blessing. Look inside yourself, and take my words to heart. May they be a guide in the times to come.
Who are you?
I am Oswald. When Brother Rayner found me, I was just a wretched pile of misery. I was blind to who I could be. Rayner built me up, gave purpose to my life. Now, I'm spreading the teachings that saved me from destroying myself, in hope that those words can be the salvation of others, that they can save all of Magalan. So I invite you to stay here and contemplate with us, brother.
Have you heard anything about chem dealing here in the Horde?
Only the Judicator Reinhold and Dietrich are seeking those responsible. I know that they must be successful. And once the impure are led to them, Kalan will see that they are punished. The dam in Abessa has been recaptured from the Alps, and is in the hands of
Okay,
Kalan.
so we spoken
is
to one
pure.
of the suspects. Now we have to find the other ones. Now I'm like I said, this city is like a maze to me, and I'm not 100% sure where they are. This is the mine. Do not think there should be anyone here, but let's pick up that stuff. Why not? Why am I checking behind there when I can see through those crates? I don't know. A habit, I guess. Okay, I will avoid speaking to NPCs that are not for this quest for now. I wanna find the NPC that matters for this quest. This is going to take some time. Oh man. Like for real? Okay. Nope. Don't think so.
There's nothing for you here.
Okay, we really do not want
Yeah,
to be
just
in
get
here
out of here.
because we are forbidden.
Get lost. Yeah, just get out of here.
Why even waste time thinking about it?
Okay, I think one guy is here.
If you're here to train with me, then forget it. If I see you running around with an holstered weapon, you're going to get a very painful weapons safety lesson. You have to earn the right to train here, Initiate.
I know how to defend myself.
So you say. But I'll bet as soon as you see an Alb Raider flying over your head, you'll crawl into a hole like everyone else.
Will that be the Mark 7 or the 8 with the reswept intakes? Because hiding won't work for those things. You're best dodging the attack runs, then aiming for the lateral vents.
Are you trying to tell me you could evade their target tracking systems?
Better by running than hiding in a hole.
No, no way. You'll shove your face in the dirt as soon as one turns up. But maybe someday I'll pick your brains about what you know. Until then, keep training.
How is the fight going against the Alps?
Badly. We've just lost a lot of good men out there. We only have Judicator Ulbrich's war strategy to thank for the fact that Hort hasn't been overrun by our enemies.
How can I train here?
I only train acolytes and above. And even then, I choose who I train. You must want to commit. You must want to understand the art of combat, not just the brutality of it.
So, you're a combat instructor.
I am Paladin Hagen, and I teach more than combat. I teach the art of fighting. Body, mind, and spirit combining into the finest fighting force. Only the purest, strongest, and smartest can train with me. You see, there's been war on this planet ever since that damn comet came down, bringing ELEX with it, and we are the only ones who can end it.
You said you are a paladin?
Correct. Only a paladin is allowed to wear armor like mine. But we paladins aren't just warriors for Kalan with special abilities. But we're also researchers, searching for new uses for ELEX.
How can I become a paladin?
Oh, wait. You are being serious?
Yes.
Well, first you have to go to Judicator Reinhold and prove that you are worthy of joining the clerics. If Judicator Reinhold accepts that you have the right abilities, then you'll be permitted the honor of becoming an acolyte. That is the true beginning to your journey. Acolytes may become legates, if they have enough training and they earn the honor. And it is only legates who have the right to be promoted to become a paladin. If you truly wish to succeed, you'll need to focus on achievement at every level. Without that, you will never advance.
What do you know about the chem dealing here in the Horde?
I know I don't have anything to do with it, and I don't want to be connected to it either. Fighting is about purity. Chems are far from pure.
How can I earn something for myself around here?
You take the next step of the journey and show your commitment. The Horde suffered an attack by mutants about a week ago. They came from the north or northeast, and the survivors returned that way. The men I sent after those survivors haven't returned. If you find out where the mutants are coming from, there will be a fair payment waiting here for you.
I'll kill those mutants.
I'll give you the coordinates I sent my men to. See if you can find out what is bringing those mutants so close to the Horde. Then kill them and return to me. You're dismissed.
What goods have you got?
Okay.
Okay, so this guy kinda doesn't seem to be the one responsible, since he doesn't like chems and he's all about fighting and being, well... Okay, so he has a few interesting weapons. I just wanted to point out that there are some weapons that require constitution and strength, and there are some weapons that require dexterity and strength, but you need dexterity and strength to improve your melee fighting capabilities. So even if you go for the weapon that requires constitution, you will still have to put some dexterity. And we can also buy fuel, plasma cells and energy cells from him. I actually want to buy some fuel. And plasma cells are the most expensive ones, so I will try to avoid wasting them, but fuel is kinda okay for our new flamethrower.
I think you can just leave it like that.
So let's find Siegfried. Now, from what we have so far, the Xander told us to accuse Siegfried. This guy, the Hagen, hates chems, so he probably isn't behind them. And Oswald is kind of preaching about Kalan and being all pro-cleric, so we will have to investigate further. But I want to speak to Siegfried first. Then we will read the letters and then decide who is going to be a suspect. So here's Siegfried. I really thought he was somewhere else. Like I said, this this city is so confusing to move around. So let's speak to him.
Hey, do you have my package?
What package?
What? Oh, excuse me. Just forget it.
What's this package?
Nothing. Well, just things I've ordered. Supplies for the Horde. And as you don't have the package, then we don't have anything to talk about.
What are you doing here?
I'm a chemist. I mix things to keep the mechs from seizing up. Just a simple chemist, that's all.
Okay, so we do not have survival to do this.
No. Tell me more about what you do here.
I mix things. In fact, I have to get to work. So if you finish with the questions, I have stuff to do. See you around.
What do you know about the chem dealing here in the Horde?
What should I know about it?
That's what I want to know.
Well, you know, it's what I want to know too. And I don't know anything about it. Not without clawing some information out of someone. I mean, if you were to claw it out of me, then okay. But otherwise, I won't say anything more about it.
Claw? What are you talking about?
A claw. Doesn't that give you claws for thought? No, sorry. I must have had the wrong idea about you.
Okay, so he probably thinks about the rat's claw.
You've been accused of dealing chems here in the Horde.
That's a lie. A complete lie. That's more of a lie than any other lie I could think of. Lie, 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 lie.
Do you have anything to trade?
Trade? Do I look like a trader? No, I don't have anything to trade.
You don't have anything to trade?
Well, I might not be a trader, but I suppose I could do some trading for a few things.
Let's do some business.
Okay then, let me know what you have to trade.
Okay, so he has a few nice amulets and rings, but those can be found in the world. I'm not sure where, to be exact. I think I found this one in my first run, but we will have to see. So, what else does he have? And he has a recipe to craft amulet of camouflage, but I'm not interested in that. So we have spoken to all the guys, and
Really so gullible.
kinda let's look at the surveillance reports. Okay, this is the search warrant that Diedrich gave us to go to that outpost for chems. And now let's look at surveillance report 1. This is probably one from the pit or from the guy that's right in front of us. And the third one is from Xander. To be honest, from what we have spoken to Hagen, he probably isn't the one dealing chems. So we have to kind of look for Siegfried and Oswald. We know the Siegfried, the Xander wants to accuse him, so yeah. And so these surveillance reports tells us that Siegfried was in machine shop from morning till afternoon, and Oswald was preaching during evening. Okay, so this report tells us that this guard wasn't able to locate Siegfried. And he also tracked Oswald in afternoon. And the third one is from, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is from Xander. Maybe I'm mistaken. Okay, so he watched Siegfried from afternoon till morning, Hagen all night, and for Oswald, he watched him in morning, and wasn't unable, didn't see anything unusual. So Those are the surveillance reports, and now let's go to Reinhold. And actually we can teleport there. And so I'm going to accuse someone, but before I do, and before you actually watch that, tell me what you think in a comment. Who did it?
About the chem dealers here in the Hort.
Yes?
I think I know who the chem dealer is.
Well, please tell me who you think is responsible.
Okay, so I'm going to explain how I basically I wanna accuse Oswald, and here's why. So even without reading those reports who was where, Xander told us to accuse Siegfried. So by logic there, probably Siegfried is not the guy. If Siegfried was actually dealing chems, Oswald wouldn't have to convince, not Oswald, Xander wouldn't have to convince us to accuse Siegfried. And Hagen is a paladin who hates chems and trains clerics, so he probably isn't the chem dealer. So by that, even without reading the letters, the surveillance reports, it's Oswald in my opinion. And I already did this quest in the first run, so I've known that it was Oswald. But here we go.
I think it was Oswald.
Oswald acts like a pious, Kalan-fearing person, but there is something strange about him. Maybe this explains his behavior. Thank you for your work. I will investigate this further. If he is really the suspect, then he will receive a just punishment, and you shall receive the promised reward when that happens.
Okay.
Act in the net.
So we have to wait some time to pass, and then come back to Reinhold, and we will find a bed to sleep. So, did you guess who was the suspect? Let's do it 2 times. And we're going to kinda piss off Xander, since he told us to accuse Siegfried. We could have avoided that if we didn't owe him favor, so basically if we use that trading permit, or if we got recommendation to become a cleric.
I must speak with you. You accused Oswald of dealing chems, and further investigation has proven that you were correct. He is the guilty party. I thank you for your work, and for helping us rid the Hort of this chem dealing. Here is the reward that was promised. Go and speak to Dietrich. He is looking for the men behind the chem dealing. Complete this task, and I would be willing to let you join the clerics as an acolyte.
That wasn't great, was it?
Okay, so Duras probably doesn't like that we promised Xander to accuse Siegfried, so we basically lied. And Xander is going to be pissed, but who cares? Let's see if Oswald is there. Probably isn't, since we accused him. Now I also want to speak to Siegfried. Here he'll maybe be happy that he is not accused. If I actually remember where he is. I think we came through here. And then we will speak to Xander. There's probably no need to speak to Hagen. So, Siegfried, I think here.
Those creatures are getting more dangerous.
Maintenance. That is it. Nope. So probably none of the what was that? Probably none of the guys will tell us anything for finishing this, but Xander definitely will. So let's teleport to Horde, then to him. Then we will speak to Diedrich.
So, you told Reinhold who you suspect is dealing chems?
Yes.
And you didn't tell him it was Siegfried? I will tell all my trading friends to cease trading with you. Sorry about that, but a man has to keep his reputation.
How do I persuade the merchants here to start trading with me again?
That all depends what you're prepared to do for it. I mean, your first step could be to report me to Reinhold, but I suspect you wouldn't get very far with that. I could ask you to help me with something, but you don't seem to keep such arrangements. So, well, what else can we think of?
Okay, so if we have charisma, we can get out of it. So let's see how many skill points we have in charisma. Charisma, we have 4, and we can probably get the experience hunter and maybe groups. That would be nice, and then we can persuade him to let us train. So let's actually do that. Why not? Instead of giving him shards, I mean, what's the point there? So we can go to Sinti? Maybe. I'm not sure about the names. Too many names to remember. Actually, the faster way would be from here. And I've known that basically betraying him would get us in trouble, but I didn't want to get in trouble with clerics because I want that save game before we join a faction, so I can join clerics and one playthrough. So yeah, it's Cinda. Okay. So
teach me something.
Let's get. Groups would be nice, but also I'm not sure where we are going to start really killing enemies. And Hagler, I'm not going to buy too much stuff at the moment. I'm going to first loot all the cities at some point before we join the faction. And then I will definitely need Hagler if I want to buy ingredients for ELEX potions, and later on we need to buy armors, and at that point we really need to at least put 1 point here, since those 500 ELEX it will basically we are going to receive it from just trading back, and it's going to save a bit, but I do not think the second point in Hagler is actually it's going to return basically that money that we put in there, but first point probably going to. So let's go with let's go with experience hunter and groups. Now we have 6 there.
Stop messing around with that technology, will you?
Berserkers, so annoying when they do that. It would be cool if the devs did like if you join the Berserkers you get like old school map and I don't know, something like that, and not the adjutor or how the thing is called. So let's speak to him.
How do I persuade the merchants here to start trading with me again?
That all depends what you're prepared to do for it.
Okay, so instead of paying him 400 shards, we can do this.
You must have forgotten. I already paid the debt to you.
You did? But when was that?
You remember. You remember telling me that the debt was cleared.
Yes. Yes, I remember. I don't know how that slipped my mind. Consider us square. Carry.
And we got their extra experience, so it's nice. And we almost got an level, almost. So let's go to Diedrich, I guess. What do we have marked? Okay, so we already have marked Diedrich there, I think. So let's go there. I mean, the glasses do not show anything, but I wanted to double check. Probably stuck in the ground. Is it here?
Find peace in yourself.
Okay, so we already finished that kinda, since since we already talked to Diedrich before, so no need to do it again. And let me see, what do we have? Okay, we have some mutants to kill. And yeah, so we can do the supplier, and that is here. And there are quite a few enemies along the way, I think. And we will also need to train hacking, I think, for this one. What else can we do? Let's actually pick up all the quests. So I wanted to finish this first quest because I thought I will get a level, then I will do the arena, but let's actually pick up all the quests. But there are a few easier quests to be done, so they do not require that much fighting, so let's pick those up.
Let's trick.
Okay, this was that trader that we got that was offering us a permit. And we can buy ammo from him, I guess, if we need to.
Where did they pick you up? You look like you've walked through the whole Alb War to get here. Here, take this. It looks like you could use it. Just don't tell anyone, all right?
Recruitment through the stomach. Maybe we should try that more often in Goliath.
Thanks. The food is appreciated.
Manners, too. I hope you stick around. From now on, though, you'll have to fit in with the daily rations. Once a day, in the refectory. It might not be tasty, but it'll keep you alive. The daily rations are free for our happy family of clerics. Everyone else has to pay.
How long have you been in charge of the refectory?
I was assigned here when the last food technician sent a dozen men to the infirmary. It wasn't my first choice, but the job came with a promotion, a safe posting, and a complete absence of rippers.
Do you feed everyone here in the Hort?
Yes, with help from others and our technology. It was join a faction and stay alive. So, glory to Kalan. Yes, there are some issues. Some of our order are a bit strict to the point of being an asshole, and the food sucks, but at least we're not murderous outlaws.
Ugh. Why is the food so bad?
Ignadon's rocky soil isn't the best for growing things. So, we have to supplement. with manufactured substitutes. Nutritionally balanced, designed for body, and a balanced metabolism. They sort of forgot the flavor.
I can give you some food from my supplies.
I take that offer of help. But you're right. Maybe supplementing our supplies is a good idea. I know some people on the outside who haven't joined the faction. They could trade with us. Yeah, that would help them and us.
If you need the food, take it from them.
No. I came here to get away from people who think like that. We need trade, not theft and murder.
Oh man, I went with the wrong answer there. Autopilot kinda deal. I didn't want to increase the cold there. Sorry about that. Let's hit F5 and I will skip to the part where we left off.
Where did they pay?
Thanks. How do you feed everyone? Oh. I can give you some food.
Okay, so here is where I messed up, so let's continue.
Why haven't you started trading already?
Because I want this done diplomatically. To organize something we can keep going in the future. That means finding someone who understands the people out there as well as those in here. Do you think that's you?
I can negotiate the food supplies for you.
This will take tact. I don't want guns waved around. There's to be no bloodshed. But if you really want to make a difference and help us start working together, then I'm prepared to trust you. They put together survival packs with fresh meat in them. They're hunters, you see. If you could get me 20 of those packs, anything we can get to supplement what the foraging units bring in has to be a help. So talk to them and see if you can make it an ongoing arrangement.
Where are the people you want to trade with?
They've set up a makeshift camp southwest of Hort. Find our outpost out there and go north. You'll find them there. See what they need, and if we can make this a long-term arrangement, right? That will make a real difference.
Do you have some food for me?
I can understand that you're hungry. But you will have to wait 24 hours for another serving. That's the way it goes.
What goods have you got?
Of course.
Okay. So there are a few recipes, but kinda not important. Like, this can be useful if we need the resistance to fire or to cold. But we'll probably find those recipes anyway at some point.
I can't believe that. How do we move on from here?
So let's continue getting quests. So we entered there. We try to do this in some manner that is systematic, so I do not miss anyone. So this is okay. That is the same building that we were in. So let's speak to this guy.
Whoa, 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 watch yourself there. It's not safe around here. Trust me, you gotta watch your step. Otherwise you'll end up squashed flatter than an Alp's conscience. Just be careful, alright?
Was that a threat?
What? No. It was a warning. But don't let me keep you with all my chatter. I've gotta get back at it. I'm reckoning you're not that into ore extraction techniques anyway.
Well, we do not have crafting. We would probably get some experience from it. And I kinda messed up that conversation before, but it's okay.
You bang rocks together, right?
Yeah, right.
What are you doing out here?
Here, we are the farmers of industry. While there are those who tend the land to grow food, we feed industry. There's not a drone, fighting machine, or regulation hair clip that's not made of the metal we mine here.
Why don't you just have the machines work for you?
They claim it's too tricky for robots. I think it's just too tricky for the programmers. They assumed mining was easy, and so... several flat robots proved them wrong. Well, producing enough for the front line is the Hort's first priority. Besides, there's more to mining than boring and smashing. Not that the people they send here are always better than machines. Cross a suggester and there's a good chance you'll get sent here to try and mine out rock after someone's rewired your brain. But maybe you're not a prisoner sent here by a suggester.
Do you need something doing here?
Maybe, but outsiders don't usually work out well here. Listen, don't get me wrong. You came from outside and I'm still talking to you. That should be enough to make it clear I don't have anything against you, but, you know, this work is tricky. That said, maybe I can think of a way for you to earn some shards, if you're willing.
What do you want doing?
It's a bit of an ask, but an outsider's my best bet for getting it done. You see, I want Eli to disappear. He's a prisoner here, and he's a threat to the community. And now the suggesters are saying they can correct him. That they can put him in armor and send him out with weapons. And I am telling you, the guy is a ticking time bomb. That can only end badly.
Why do you think he's dangerous?
I saw it in his eyes. There was nothing but blank hate there. I don't care how strong those suggesters think they are. It's hardwired into him. They ain't gonna erase that with suggestion. He is going to blow, and they will have put a weapon in his hand when he does. He needs to be taken care of before he kills people we do need.
Why can't you just leave Eli to the suggesters?
Oh, they can be successful. I've seen enough people turn up here like drones after being given the treatment, but it's not 100%. And taking a chance with him is taking a chance with other people's lives. How is that a fair gamble? Besides, I don't want him hanging around here as a cleric. No, someone needs to get Eli out of that place and through the Hort's gate. Then someone can kill him outside the Hort and no one would know. They'd all assume he'd escaped.
And you want me to do that?
I know it's a lot to ask, but, well, yes. It's your choice. I'm sorry to put you in this position, but the words have been said. Now you have to choose if you'll help me. I've put my trust in you. Watch yourself.
Okay, so we picked up one more quest there.
Ah, you! It was you! Admit it! You asked me what I knew about the chem dealing, so it must be you who accused me. Admit it. It was you who besmirched my good name. My good name! After all I have done. Now I will be sent for suggestion. You will pay for your sins. Kalan knows, and he will punish you. For all I did, this one thing, for all I did.
You were the preacher here, right?
Don't act like you don't know. I dedicated my life to Kalan, and this is how I end up. I gave my life of my own free will. And now I will no longer know that. Now I will act only because of suggestion. Please.
Okay. So let's continue picking up quests, and once we finish that, I will continue in the next video. So that leads to upper part, I think. There's some stuff there. Yep, that definitely leads to upper part. Let's finish with the lower part first. Okay, we are in a general shop now. I think we cannot pick up stuff from here.
Yes?
Now, we can later on, at night.
Hey, is there something you're looking for? I'm here to trade, and I can offer you top quality for a decent price.
Do you have many customers?
Define many. Ignadon isn't exactly the center of commerce on Magalan. I have to work part-time as a miner just to keep going. But, you know, I get by all in all.
Where do you get your goods from?
Mostly from the patrols we send out. They find all sorts of old world artifacts. And then there are the spoils of war, recovered from out there. Our enemies are a good place to get resources.
What goods have you got?
Of course.
So, nothing that interesting from him. Well, there's some recipe there, but I don't want to risk taking it for now. We are going to do that at night. So... Okay, we can speak to her.
You didn't come here to pray, did you? I can spot the devout. And you don't look like you're here to ask for divine assistance, am I right?
You're right. I don't need assistance.
Ha! I knew it! You know, there is a reason why I wanted to talk to you. For all the thirst for knowledge in this place, people can be a little... focused. They want logic, straight answers. They forbid anyone from looking deeper into things. And that's crazy. I mean, knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom brings you closer to Kalan. So what's wrong with getting some answers? Which brings me to you. I'm betting you have answers, and I'm betting you're the curious type.
Does Kalan approve of betting?
Yes. No. Who knows? I mean, some of those texts are hard to work out. Unless you just believe what people say they mean. But then I guess that's why I keep getting in trouble. So, are you going to help me?
Tell me your problem.
Have you ever heard of the Prophet Arvid?
Yes.
I am surprised, but you probably only know the basics. But there's something about Arvid, something about those early works that doesn't make sense. And I can't work out why. But will they let me in the archives to study his writings? No. I sneaked in, they threw me out. I was lucky to avoid re-education. Concentrate on what's right here, right now, they told me. It is only possible to change the future if you draw the correct conclusions from the past, they said.
So you need access to the archives?
No. Well, yeah, that would be great, but for now, I just need a book. All that I want is a copy of Arvid's teachings. There has to be a written copy, or a recorded copy somewhere. It's just not available to us out here. And that bugs me. So, do you think you can get into the archives and get it for me?
So, why don't you ask if you can work in the archives?
You think I haven't thought of that? I'm barred. Punishment for breaking in. And I've no idea when they'll allow me back. I would like to give you the following, in any case, before you are on your way. I am certain that I can get something from the recordings that will be of use to all of us. Then, maybe, I'll finally understand what our purpose is.
Why is this book so secret?
Because we are to serve Kalan in combat and not to interpret his words. They say we are missing the necessary vision to understand his divine message. But I would like to learn that for myself instead of having it spoon-fed to me. Maybe it's nothing, but I can't let it go.
What can you tell me about the archives?
It's a store of knowledge from before the comet hit, and it is where all information found in the rest of the world is brought. Our archivists are attempting to glean all sorts of information from the scraps of data we were able to retrieve from outside the Hort. The work is very time-intensive. So the archivists don't like it at all when people interrupt their work. So they will have you thrown out if you manage to get into the archives without authorization.
I will get you the book from the archives.
Thank you. This is one mystery I can't wait to solve.
Any suggestions for how I get into the archives?
I've been thinking about that, and there are 3 ways. You could watch to see when Carl, the guard on the archives, leaves his post. That might take a few hours, and I personally have never seen him leave his post. But hey, he has to move at some point, doesn't he? Or you could access the security console and put your name on the access list. But the simplest and most obvious solution is for you to join the clerics.
Teach me something.
Yeah?
Okay, she's also a personality trainer, so we have one here now. And we actually have intelligence for synthetic, but this is not going to work. Our personality is not nowhere near that value, so we are actually below neutral at the moment. So let's see what else do we... Okay, no one is here. It's probably her place.
You know you shouldn't be here, right?
That's just a regular cleric. Probably no one here, and he will probably chase us or not. What's here? Okay, that's canteen. We already went there. What's right on the other side? Okay.
What are you doing here?
Nothing there. So there's a mine. We already went in here, I think. Yeah, we did. Okay, that's right. I think we did all the lower part. Maybe left side. Probably nothing in here. Okay, that's the private quarters probably. And what about here? Okay, it's not marked, so probably no one important in here. There's a lot of loot, but we'll deal with the loot when it's night. And what's that? Okay, some scrap there. I'm starting to get lost. Okay, we're back, Tiva.
Did I invite you?
Interesting. I didn't try to run on this. Does it lead somewhere? Now I got sidetracked. Not going to do that. Okay, we've spoken to the guard. Now,
that is a shame.
Maintenance, that's where Siegfried is. Okay, I think we already picked up that. There's one NPC right in front of that. I guess where engineers are. That we need to speak to.
Most of them annoy me. All of them annoy me.
And there's some recipe, but can't pick it up at the moment. So let's speak to Anna.
A visitor? Whatever brings you to the Hort. Welcome, I guess. Say, how well do you know the area outside the Hort? I guess you can take care of yourself if you've managed to make it here.
What's that to you?
Well, you see, if you can handle yourself, I could use your help.
What do you need help with?
A squad of combat mechs has gone haywire. They're refusing remote shutdown and are attacking anything that moves. I sent a recovery party to attempt a reset, but they're late making their report. I've got to find out what happened to the recovery party and what's gone wrong with those mechs. There's another squad of mechs due off the assembly line, and I need to know what's gone wrong before they go haywire too. It's probably a faulty batch of AI chips. That's my guess. But I need someone to go out there and check the chipsets so I can check them.
Okay, I'll bring you the AI chips.
Good. I hope I'm right about this. And I hope it's just one batch that's affected. If this is a problem with the AI chip design, we'll have to track down all the AI chips of that design before more mechs go homicidal. Get me those AI chips and make it fast, will you? Fast like I need those chips now.
Where can I find these mechs?
Well, they were supposed to be on a trial run out to the border with Tavar. But as far as I know, they only got a short distance from the Hort. Let me upload their location beacons to your adjuter. Now, I'm not promising their trackers are working. Not if everything else is malfunctioning.
I'll find those mechs.
Great, thanks.
Why don't you fix those mechs yourself?
Oh, no, I've had no field training. Assembly lines, manufacturing and repair in a nice warm workshop. That's what I do.
So, you're some sort of mechanic?
Mechanic? I'm a legate, responsible for procuring materials, producing new mechs, and repairing our mech squadrons, among other duties. Sure, the other legates are out there using their skills and suggestions to take the fight forward. But we're here giving the Hort the mechs that keep us safe.
How can I be promoted to legate?
You'll have to prove yourself to the Judicators. You should start by talking to Judicator Reinhold up in the Citadel. You'll find him more approachable than Ulbricht. We're short of personnel, so he would welcome a new acolyte.
Okay, so we picked up that quest. I wanna pick up one more, then I will continue in the next video with other stuff. Okay, so we already spoken.
If you have something
to this guy, now let's speak to this guy.
Hey, you! I need an adjustable wrench and a set of retaining rings. And, if you are up for it, bring me a weapons-grade ELEX battery, a pressurized air intake valve, and what was the last?
I'm not here to go on supply runs.
Then what do you want? Are you asking for my time, or are you here to offer help to me?
Help with what? What is it you do here?
Hold back the forces of hell. And I'm talking literally, not figuratively. I think I will have to get the tool myself. The machines we build and maintain here, they are all that will stop the Alps. But, do I get the resources I need to do the job properly? Do I, hell?
What's got you so stressed?
We used to work. We used to make things and think of the future. But now everything we do is for combat. I didn't become a mechanic for that, but I suppose we all have to do our duty if this war is to be won.
It sounds like you think your work is important.
Now, you're sounding like a legate. This isn't ego. This isn't about me. This is about getting the equipment our forces need. You don't think that's important? We are the only ones who can really stop the Alps. That takes a toll. That means everything here has to go smoothly. That means I've got to get production running at full capacity. And it means I need someone to take care of some of the day-to-day things, while I get all this working properly.
Pay me, and I'll help you.
We're not here for money. We're here for the Horde, for the clerics, and for the free people. You just work for shards, and that's all you have. Work for a cause. Then you'll have a soul.
And if I help you for free?
Then I would be grateful. We can get to work straight away. I need you to get me a set of replacement parts. With all the mechanics we've lost recently, we are chronically undermanned here. So, this list has been sitting here waiting to be sorted. If you're available, I need you to get over to my supplier and get me those parts, okay?
No problem.
Thanks. I'll see you when you get back. Good luck. We need those parts.
Where can I find your supplier?
He's a trader. He sets up business near the gate during the late evening hours.
Teach me something.
It's done.
Okay, so he's a survival trainer? So, there are a few NPCs that we need to talk to more, but those NPCs also give us quests that are, well, not combat quests. We need to talk to more NPCs around here. So we will start that in next video. I will leave it here. So thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content so far, make sure you subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell notification icon so you do not miss when I upload videos. And see you in the next one.